why are you telling this man's business?
Get your money, sis, fuck a hater. Get your money, sis, get your weight up. Make your money move, I ain't mad at you. Yeah, it's all about the cream and getting money, sis. Get your money, sis, fuck a hater.
What's good, everybody, and welcome back to Two Cent Tuesday with Jenny, where you will be getting my unsolicited, unapologetic opinion about what's going on in the world today. If you are new to this channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you are notified every single time that I post a new video. And you might as well go ahead and give this video a big old thumbs up. And without further ado, let's get right into today's topic. First of all, this is the first Two Cent Tuesday in a good minute. It's been a while. It was the holiday seasons, but I'm back. And let's get right into it and not waste no time. Speaking of unsolicited things to talk about, the late and great tWitch, who passed away, unfortunately, some time ago by allegedly unaliving himself. We all know tWitch from Stomp the Yard, Part 2, and mostly for his time on The Ellen Show. He was her right hand, her co-host, her DJ, her hype man. He was an amazing dancer, but he was also a husband and a father. Now, his widow, Allison Holker, has been sharing some unsolicited information about her late husband. She recently did an interview where she spoke about finding some things in her closet that she had no idea what was going on. Let's just go ahead and roll the clip, shall we?
A moment, I was with one of my really dear friends, and we were cleaning out the closet and picking out an outfit for him for the funeral. And it was a really triggering moment for me because there was a lot of things I discovered in our closet that I did not know existed. And it was very alarming to me to learn that there was so much happening that I had no clue. So it was a really scary moment in my life to figure that out. But it also helped me process that he was going through so much. And he was hiding so much, and there must have been a lot of shame in that. And he was wrestling with a lot inside himself, and he was trying to self-medicate and cope with all those feelings because he didn't want to put it on anyone. Because he loved everyone so much. He didn't want other people to take on his pain. But it was very alarming and scary to find those things and have never known.
As you can see, she does not directly say what it is that she found, but obviously you can put two and two together. And the question everyone is trying to figure out is, why are you telling this man's business? Now, a lot of people are making this a black and white thing, leaving comments like, oh, a black woman would never. A black woman cares about protecting her man's legacy. We need to mind our black business when it comes to interracial couples, and so forth and so on. But mainly everyone is trying to figure out, why does she feel the need to share this with the world? So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is this something that, as a widow, as someone, as his wife, as the mother of his children, this is something she could have kept to herself? Or is it her story to tell? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I'm going to go ahead and drop my 2 cents in on the topic. Initially, I'm like, it was her husband and it was her experience. However, there's a way of telling how something affected you without telling someone else's story. At the end of the day, he's been gone for, I don't even know how many years now. He's been gone for some time now, and I feel like the dust kind of settled for us as viewers and the fans, and no one was really still trying to figure out what happened. At the end of the day, clearly something transpired that made him want to unalive himself. But I think we kind of made peace with not knowing what happened. And for her to now come forward and share this story, it is kind of like ruining his legacy, his image. I think everyone made peace with knowing him from Stomp the Yard, knowing him as, the entertainment on the Ellen Show, as someone who loved to make TikToks with his wife, dancing, who were both very talented. We were better remembering him that way. And by her now sharing this, it tarnishes his name just a little bit. And again, I understand a lot of times, you know, people feel like, well, it's my story to tell. And granted, it was her experience. It's something that she went through. But I do think there is a fair way of sharing your experience without throwing someone else under the bus or telling someone else's story. You know, ultimately, he hid it from you as his wife. What made you think he wanted to share that with the world, that he was going through something like that, or he was having issues with, you know, substance abuse? What would possess you to share that with us? I'm just curious as to where her space is at, and maybe she feels like this is something she has to share to deal with her healing journey. Talk to a therapist, not to America. And I know that sounds harsh, but you know, everything, I don't know, as celebrities, is there something like in the contract where it's like you have to share certain things with the world? Because I really don't understand why that couldn't just stayed in his closet, literally. We could have went the rest of our lives never knowing that he was going through that. You could have, I feel she could have still went on that show and told her part, how his passing affected her, and simply said, you know, I realized that my husband was going through more things than I was aware of. And could have left it alone at that and let the world speculate whatever, because they're going to do it regardless. But to come forward and straight up and say, hey, I found the scariest things in this man's closet that he was doing. Why? But then again, you know, I'm always going to contradict. I guess, you know, maybe she feels angry. Maybe she is upset with him and angry and feels betrayed, because here it is, you're my husband and you're hiding something like this from me, and then you leave us. You know, maybe her anger is why she decided to share this with the world. Who knows what this woman is going through? But again, I feel as though it's something that she could have worked out with a professional and not with an interviewer. And I don't think she needed to share that with the world, you know, because at the end of the day, there are children that's going to grow up and now know that daddy was doing this, that, and the third, and he chose to leave us because of whatever. It's just unfortunate that people, you know, can't defend themselves once they're gone, and sometimes people take advantage of that and decide to tell their own narrative. And I'm not saying that his widow is making any of this up. I just don't understand why we needed to know. So that's that. And again, a lot of times we as human beings, everyone needs someone to vent to. Everyone wants somebody to hear them out and hear their story. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think anything's wrong with her doing an interview, but share your side without throwing someone else under the bus. Share your story without telling someone else's. You understand? If that makes any sense. I don't know. It's unfortunate, but I pray for their children. I hope that they can navigate through this as they get older. And I hope she also receives the healing that she clearly needs, being that she decided to take this public now and definitely under scrutiny because of it. So it's just all a sad situation. R.I.P. to tWitch. We still love him regardless of whatever it is he was going through. And yeah. Speaking of sharing stories, I want to share two of them with you. My two stories, my two books, Inherited Dysfunction, Part 1 and Part 2, available on Amazon.com. Part 1 is also available on BarnesandNobles.com. Make sure you hit the link in the description down below. and support me, please, and thank you. I'd appreciate it. And thank you guys for watching as always. And Jenny is